students, today we are going to see something important topic, that is Bohr's model of an atom from Structure of an Atom class 11 chemistry. You know, Bohr's model of an atom comes from the drawbacks of Rutherford model of an atom. Yes, so the Bohr's model of an atom, he imagined how the model of an atom. So he has imagined that solar system, how the solar system, the sun is there in the middle, all the planets are revolving around the sun. So that is, we are saying solar system. So each planet is going on their own path. It will not mislead or going to other planets like. So each planet having its own path. The same way, imagine electrons are having its own path in a circular path. It's going revolving around the circular path, revolving around the nucleus. How the planets are revolving around the sun, the same way electrons are revolving around the nucleus. That revolving in a circular path, that path, it is called what it is, orbit or energy level, we can say. Okay, now he has given a best idea to understand how the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Yes, come on, let's go for it. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in a specific circular path is known as orbit or stationary energy levels or shells, anything we can say. So the energy of each orbit, it is constant. So that is very, it's actually constant. Which is constant? The energy levels, that orbit, it's a constant, right? Okay, now each planet is having its own path. It will not mislead or misguide, right? So the same way electrons are going in its own path, it will not go to that out of the orbit. It will go on their own circular path. That circular path, which is called orbit. Okay, the second point, when the electron absorbs required amount of energy, it undergoes from lower energy level to higher energy level. Yes, come on, come to this point. You see this diagram. So the middle point, which is called nucleus, this middle point, which is called nucleus. So each orbit, this 1 2 3 4 5 6, each one, it is orbit. So that orbit, that what it is, circular path, orbit or circular path, electrons are traveling around the nucleus. Yes, now come to this point. I hope you got a clear idea. When the energy absorbs required amount of energy, it undergoes from lower energy level to higher energy level. So this is lower energy level. First one, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So from lower energy level to higher energy level. And when it emits the energy, when it emits means going out, the energy going out, so automatically it loses the energy. So when energy emits, it comes to that lower energy level, so automatically it loses the energy, so automatically it comes to that lower energy level. The energy goes from lower energy to higher energy, but when that energy emits, so automatically it comes to that lower energy level. Then the third point, angular momentum. You know, angular momentum of an electron, because electrons are revolving around, that means a circular path. So naturally you will get angular momentum of electron present in any orbit must be an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So this formula only we have to use. Okay, so angular momentum of electron present in any orbit of an integral multiple, that is h by 2 pi. So angular momentum mvr equal to h by 2 pi. Here I just mentioned nh by 2 pi. N, it is what it is, number of orbits, 1 2 3 4, like that number of orbits. So here how can you mention? Here h for 1 equal to n equal to 1. N equal to 1 means h by 2 pi. N equal to 2 means 2h by 2 pi. N equal to 3 means 3h by 2 pi. So like that it will be increasing. N, it is nothing, number of orbits or number of shell or number of stationary from lower to higher level energy levels. Okay, now as I mentioned all this, now next one, the energy absorbed or emitted during transition. Here I wanted to mention this point. Why? Because here energy levels, that is from higher level to lower level, the energy loses, I mentioned, so the energy absorbed or emitted during transition, delta H equal to E2 minus E1. So E2 minus E1, here we can mention Hc nu bar. H, it is a Planck's constant. C, it is a velocity. Nu bar, it is a wave number. So these points and all, we will further come to know all those ideas. Okay, now that is equal to hc by lambda. H, it is Planck's constant. C, it is velocity, and lambda, it is wavelength. So each and every points we are going to learn for upcoming points. Now these are all the main points about what it is. Whose model of an atom? Whose imaginary model of an atom? Bohr's model of an atom. So, Bohr's parameters. What are the Bohr's parameters he has given? First one, radius of orbit. So, what do you mean by radius of orbit? Each one having that radius of orbit because it's a circular path. So, he has mentioned radius of orbit. So, what is the formula we have to use? Why? Because I'm telling all this. So, there are some problems related, word problems related to these points. That's what I'm just mentioning. There is a formula. So, from that formula, we can solve that problem. Okay, radius of orbit. Second point, energy of electron in orbit. And third one, velocity of an electron. So, these are the three main formulas to use to solve these kind of sums which is related to Bohr's model of an atom. Bohr's model of an atom, which is very, very simple. But related Bohr's model of an atom, what problems will be coming for IIT, JEE means even CBSE questions or state board questions will be coming. So, how to solve, that is main point to go. Okay, see, but whatever you are learning, you should develop problem solving skill which is related to the concept ideas. That is the main point they are expecting from JEE or advanced or IIT or whichever competitive exams. So they are giving the problems which is related to the concept. If you know the concept, ideas, formulas, you are able to solve the problems related to that concept. So you have to develop the problem solving skill. That is only they are expecting from IIT JEE mains question. Hope you got a clear idea about Bohr's model of an atom. Now let us go and identify what are the Bohr's parameters, what are the formulas, how can we solve the problems related to that point. Yes, let us watch. As we are talking about Bohr's parameter, these are the main three parameters we are going to talk about: radius of an orbit, energy of an electron of an orbit, and third one, velocity of an electron. These are the main, what it is, parameters of Bohr's model of an atom. That is actually which is related to the word problem in this concept. Okay, that formula we are using to solve the sum. Yes. Okay, now let us go for the radius of Bohr's orbit. What is the radius of Bohr's orbit? From the nucleus, distance between the nucleus to that orbit. That is what it is, radius of Bohr's orbit. Radius is distance between nucleus and orbit. So that is also known as Bohr's orbit. So what is the formula? Shall we use it for this Bohr's radius of an orbit? So Rn it is what it is, radius of nucleus is equal to, that is n squared h squared divided by 4 pi squared k m e squared z is equal to 0.529 n squared Armstrong. Yes, now let us go for that each one representation. N, it is orbit number. H, it is a Planck's constant. You know what is the value of Planck constant? 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules second. I'll tell you later how did you get this constant. Actually, it's a Planck constant. I'll tell you later. Even in Avogadro numbers I just mentioned. How did you get that Avogadro number? Everything you just understand, don't by heart. Don't go for by hearting. You will not get that. You may forget. So better understand. You will not forget. Yes. Okay. Now here 4 pi squared k m e squared z. K, it is actually k equal to 1 in CGS system. CGS system, it is what? Centimeter, gram and second, that is CGS system. K equal to 1, it is there in CGS system. Suppose if it is MKS system, what do you mean by MKS system? Meter, kilogram and second. These and all you have learned in 6th or 7th. You may forget for that. So now I'm telling. Okay, now MKS system. K is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square C minus 2. Yes. Now E to the power of 2. E, it is a charge of electron, and Z, it is a nuclear charge. So these are all, actually this is a formula which is used to solve related to Bohr's radius of an orbit. Okay, now let us go for the second parameter, energy of electron in Bohr's orbit. Energy of an electron in Bohr's orbit, what is it? Actually Bohr's energy only, that will be related to potential energy and kinetic energy. So Bohr's energy is the sum, sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So Bohr's energy E is equal to Ke plus P is kinetic energy plus potential energy. So this, actually these three things also we are talking about only hydrogen atom, because he talks only that hydrogen atom. That is actually a drawback. We'll tell you later what is the drawback of Bohr's model of an atom. But because of Bohr's model of an atom, we have come to know the clear idea about that atom. Yes, come on, let's go for that. What is the formula for Bohr's energy of an orbit? So that is 2 pi square m z square e to the power of 4 k square divided by n square h square is equal to 13.6 by n squared electron volt. So we can simplify that. Yeah, that is actually for hydrogen atom I just mentioned. En, it is number of orbit. So energy of an orbit, so that is En is equal to minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt. So minus 13.6 into z squared by n squared electron volt. Yes. Now this formula, what purpose we can use? Ionization energy, to calculate the ionization energy, because removal of electron from the outermost orbital, that is ionization energy. So to removal of electron from the orbits, that actually required this kind of, because energy required to remove the electron. So now we are using this formula to solve such kind of related question. Now ionization energy of an electron present and that first orbital, note the point, energy of an electron present in the first orbital of hydrogen atom is equal to energy of first orbit. Look at that, first orbit of hydrogen atom. So first orbital of hydrogen atom is equal to the energy of first orbit of hydrogen atom. So as the number of orbit, that is number of orbit 1, 2, 3, number of orbit increases, the value of Bohr's energy also will be increasing. So as that number 1, 2, 3, number of orbit, it is increasing. Energy of Bohr's model of an energy also will be increasing and become zero. When it will become zero? When n is infinitive. So when n is infinitive, so naturally it will become zero. I hope you got those two parameters. Now we are going to see velocity of an electron of Bohr's orbit. Yes, let us go for it. Velocity of an electron. I hope you got a clear idea. If you want, you can take that screenshot for this formula to solve such kind of sums. Now we are going to see the velocity of an electron of Bohr's parameter, that is velocity of an electron. How to calculate the velocity of an electron? Velocity of an electron, nth orbit is calculated. So orbit 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, no? So velocity of nth orbit is calculated by given formula V is equal to 2 pi squared E squared kz divided by nh. So here z actually atomic number they mention. Okay, so here 2.185 11 into 10 to the power of 6 z by n. Z is that atomic number and n it is the orbit number. Squared meter per second or meter second inverse, because velocity unit meter per second. Yes, now let us check. Always we need a proof. Let us check hydrogen helium velocity of electron. Velocity of electron present in the first orbit of hydrogen, Vh is equal to Vh, it is velocity of hydrogen is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 into 1 by 1 I just mentioned. What do you mean by 1 by 1? Atomic number divided by n squared. So atomic number, that is 1 divided by 1. So atomic number 1, that is hydrogen's atomic number 1, n first orbit only. So 1 by 1 meter per second. So what is the value of velocity of electron present in the first orbit of hydrogen? They may ask the question. Okay, choose the correct answer. Phillips, they may ask the question. Yes, then second one, velocity of electron present in the first orbit of helium. Helium atomic number 2. So velocity of helium is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 into 2 by 1. What is it? 2. That is Z. Z it is atomic number of, what is that atomic number of helium? It is 2. So 2 by 1 squared, that is. So you will get the answer what it is, 4.36 into 10 to the power of 6 meter per second, that is velocity. Okay, velocity, what is that unit? Meter per second. Okay, now that is actually double. See, velocity of electron present in the first orbit of helium is double the velocity of electron present in the first orbit of hydrogen. I hope you got a clear idea about all these points, about the parameter. Those three parameters also having three formulas which is used to solve, which is related to Bohr's parameters concept problems. Okay, hope you got a clear idea, and if you want you can take that screenshot, utilize it for solving which is related to this Bohr's parameters concept. Yes, now we are going to see the limitations of Bohr's model of an atom. What are the limitations are there? Let us check. Now let us talk about the limitations of Bohr's model of an atom, that is which he could not explain those points. Let us check, because from this some other model of an atom somebody gives that idea. So let us check what is the drawback of Bohr's model of an atom. Bohr's model of an atom was not able to explain what are the points. First one, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, he could not explain. That is the main first point. Second point, dual nature. Dual nature, there is actually 2 points of the particle in nature, wave nature, particle in nature. So he could not explain the dual nature of the particle of an electron. Yes, spectra of multi-electron system. Only he has mentioned the hydrogen atom. He could not explain the spectra of multi-electron system. So he has explained the hydrogen spectrum, but he could not explain the multi-electron system. Yes, now Siemens effect and the Stark effect, it's very, very important. Siemens effect, it is nothing, splitting of spectral lines in magnetic field. So in the magnetic field also, that spectral lines forms. Even electric field also splitting of spectral lines forms. So he could not explain that Siemens effect, that is splitting of spectral lines in the magnetic field. Stark effect, splitting of spectral lines in the electric field. Hope you got a clear idea. Now next one, the last point, fine structure of the spectral lines. So he could not explain all these points. Now, these points and all drawbacks of Bohr's model of an atom. I hope you got a clear idea about Bohr's model of an atom. What are the drawbacks of Bohr's model of an atom? Actually, this is very, very important question for board as well as for IIT JEE mains, because those formulas helps to solve the problem. Yes, come on. In our next class, let us go for that EMR EMR. What do you mean by EMR? Electromagnetic radiation, that is electromagnetic wave theory. Actually, that will be very interesting. Yes, let us watch. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe, like. Thank you.